How to Meditate and the Fruits of Meditation. Luang Pu Somchai, Khao Sukim Temple. Speaking of pursuing the path of mental meditation in the manner of the Buddha, he taught that it can be practiced in all four postures. Part 1, for instance. One can practice meditation while walking, zhangkrom, while sitting, or while lying down, all four methods. The method for sitting meditation as described by ancient masters is as follows. Place the left leg on the bottom, place the right leg on top, and place the right hand on top of the left hand on the lap. Just like the Buddha image in the posture of meditation. Keep the body erect, maintain firm mindfulness in a position that feels comfortable, and then continue to establish the meditation word, parakama. If it happens that sitting cross-legged brings discomfort, because some women are accustomed to practicing sitting sideways and cannot sit cross-legged, we may sit sideways instead. However, some people find both sitting cross-legged and sitting sideways inconvenient because of disabled or impaired legs. So they may sit on a chair instead. This is because the objective is to build the power of the director or the protector, namely mindfulness, sati, as will be explained further. Now, speaking of the method of sitting, if we sit cross-legged and feel that everything is normal, we try to adjust and find the most comfortable position. Try to establish awareness on the in and out breath. If it feels comfortable, then upon breathing in, determine bud, Phut, and upon breathing out, determine do, Tho. However, do not utter the words Phut-Dho, Phut-Dho aloud. Instead, speak them silently within the mind. Keep thinking Phut-Dho continuously. If it is comfortable, we maintain that determination. If the mind wanders off to think about something else, as soon as awareness returns, promptly recall the in and out breath immediately. If it wanders off to think again, as soon as it is remembered, promptly establish Phut-Dho, Phut-Dho, until our mindfulness becomes strong and mature enough for the work, which is the further cultivation of the mind. If establishing awareness at the tip of the nose causes discomfort, then change to a new location, placing it at the throat. If that is uncomfortable, change it to the center of the chest. If it is still uncomfortable, move it lower down, which is slightly above the navel. Why do we do this? Sometimes, or on certain days, when we establish awareness at a low point, we feel that the body slumps down and can hardly hold itself up. Sometimes it is too high, such as at the tip of the nose, making it feel as though the back is arching backward, almost as if one is going to fall backward. This is one cause. Or there is another cause in which we, as meditators, have the power of the protector or director develop strongly, but we do not know it. We might be focusing too intensely or hypnotizing ourselves. For example, when focusing at the tip of the nose, it becomes entirely numb and stiff. In the initial stage, this demonstrates that the power of mindfulness is strong and mature, but we are hypnotizing or focusing on ourselves too intensely. Therefore, change from the nose, try changing to the indentation of the throat. If it seems that it causes coughing, a dry throat, or salivation, then change to the middle of the chest. When focused at the middle of the chest, if it still feels tight, as if the heart is beating out of rhythm, or perhaps not beating at all, and the in and out breath disappears, then we change to above the navel. If it feels stifling, then change and rotate around from place to place. If rotating from place to place does not work at any single point, we find a way to ease it ourselves. For instance, When we focus at the tip of the nose, what kind of recognition do we establish? How do we manage the mind so that it feels comfortable? We try to grope and find out. Once it is done and it feels comfortable, we adopt that. If no matter what we do or where we focus, it does not work, from then on, we do not need to focus on a specific point. Instead, just maintain a bare recognition or awareness that the in and out breath simply exists. Wherever it may be is up to it, and then determine Phut-Dho along with the in and out breath. Once it is comfortable, then maintain that pattern. If after establishing awareness, it is uncomfortable, but we still force ourselves to focus there, for example, focusing at the tip of the nose while the head becomes stiff, numb, and dizzy, it can potentially cause neurological damage and lead to insanity. This is because it is hypnotizing oneself, similar to the practices of psychology. When they build the power of the controlling agent, the commanding agent, or the hypnotic agent sufficiently for their needs, they then test it on animals until eventually they can hypnotize humans to perform surgeries. Let us think about the strength of the mind. This belongs to each individual, mind you. It is not hypnotizing oneself, but hypnotizing others to fall asleep and allowing surgery to be performed. How strong must that be? Some people who can do it very well can even use this power to command the blood at the surgical site to constrict or move away, so that after the surgery there is no blood, or perhaps very little, or there might be none at all. Those who do it well can achieve it to that extent. Now, when we focus at the tip of the nose, we still do not know how well or how strongly we have established or created this power. In case we hypnotize ourselves, it might force the blood out of the upper part of the brain. If the blood cannot ascend, it will become entirely dizzy and numb. This is one aspect. And another aspect is that it might command all the blood to gather at the specific point we focused on or created upstairs. It will become stiff and just the same. Therefore, if anything unusual is noticed, stop. If you force it, it will be dangerous. Please understand this. Other parts are the same. When we focus and notice anything unusual, then stop. Find a way to correct it until it becomes good. Then we keep focusing continuously, which means keeping Phut-Dho, Phut-Dho right there. When our mind sinks deep into meditation, if it tends to become the subconscious state, Bhavanga Siddha, we do not take that. This is because by objective, we want to build the power of the director, or the power of the noble guide, Arya Makuthet, to lead us toward noble attainment, Arya. This is the initial purpose. We must build power through focusing until we can command our awareness to remain recognized at the tip of the nose, or whichever point we have designated as the base, accompanied by the meditation word, whether it be Phut-Dho, Dhammo, or Sangho, which serves as a second supporting anchor. When Phut-Dho is completely under the command of this power. Once the commanding power, the guiding power, or the noble guide has power over the mind, the awareness cannot possibly wander off to think about other matters outside of the protector. This means that our mind has no way to escape the presence of the controlling power to think of other things, unless we command it to think. It will be able to maintain Phut-Dho at all times. When we can firmly maintain this to the fullest extent, it demonstrates that our sitting meditation is good and complete. If we grow tired from this method and wish to change to a new posture, we walk. This walking is done in the manner that is called walking meditation, Yong Krom. Walking meditation depends on the location. If the space is long, we use a long path. If it is short, we use a short path. However, if it is long, about 25 paces seems good. Because for some people, a path that is too long is not very good, so they make it a bit shorter. But for some people, a path that is too short is not very good, as it causes dizziness. So find what is just right. Once we arrive at the walking path, we face the direction of the walking path we intend to walk along. Do not look too far ahead. Do not look too close. Cast your gaze forward at a distance of about 4 cubits, sock. If it happens to be not good, we bring it a bit closer. Once it is seen to be just right, then say Phut-Dho continuously. But do not close your eyes. Keep your eyes open. Then think of and determine Phut-Dho as the legs step forward. Determine the stepping of the right leg as foot and the stepping of the left leg as do. We focus on the sensation of the feet stepping down onto the ground as Phut-Dho, Phut-Dho. Upon reaching the other end, stand and then turn right, pivoting to the right. Once the right turn is completed, stand straight, step forward again, and recite Phut-Dho, Phut-Dho until arriving back at this end. Do not walk too fast. Do not walk too slow. Keep focusing until our mind does not waver or enter into external objects at all. Feel that it recognizes the meditation word and the legs we are stepping with at all times without any distraction anywhere. This shows that the tapa dhamma, the burning away of defilements through practice, that we have built has sufficient power over the mind for our needs. Then we use it to cultivate the mind, protect the mind, and deal with the nature of the mind in the subsequent stages. This is the method for walking meditation.